Hello YouTube and welcome back to World of Warplanes with Wadres today. And today I am going to be going through a couple of the better battles I've had over this past few days. Up to and including this one, which was actually the first battle I had in my brand new P-80 Shooting Star, which I just decided to purchase over the weekend, and well, let's just say that I'm actually pleasantly pleased with this aircraft's performance. Now, granted, it's not quite in the same league as the de Havilland Vampire, mind you, but her maneuverability, her overall firepower is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and she does have some decent capabilities regardless. So I can definitely say that I have been enjoying playing in her so far, and I look forward to pushing her up towards the specialist configuration and getting her equipment all fully decked out and see just what I can get this plane to pull off in some cases. Now, one of the issues that I actually did have going into this match was that for whatever reason my hangar was not actually allowing me to go in and actually alter my paint scheme or whatever, so the game, for whatever reason, actually forced me to go in without any special camouflages or anything. So this was basically my plane being naked in battle. Oh my god. But, I mean, all things considered, this was actually one of the better matches I've had, so I don't know, maybe it just kind of came out in my favor. Everybody thought I was new or whatever, and just, I don't know. If they thought I was new, I certainly proved them wrong real damn fast. Now, one of the things that I do kind of want to say about the P-80 Shooting Star is that I've noticed she does very well at the, I guess it's, what is it? Boom and zoom tactics. Kind of like most of the American and German fighters. They, really don't maneuver terribly well, but as long as you can get a nice long run on a enemy aircraft and just keep them in your sights long enough, it's definitely possible to do a lot of damage very quickly and then just kind of zip out of range before they can come around on you too quickly. And yeah, just overall keep yourself moving, keep yourself up at high speed, and just not try to maneuver too much. The more you maneuver, I actually find the worse this plane does, unless you're going after like the air defense aircraft, which, well, they don't really care so much. But against other players, yeah, the maneuverability really is not in your favor in some ways. I would definitely love to see this plane go up against a Vampire, though, because they're, for the most part, their overall capabilities seem very, very similar. In fact, once I actually get this one fully decked out with the ultimate modules, I'm probably going to do a little comparison video just to see what the maneuverability and performance handling looks like between the two as far as the ratings. I mean, the only real difference that seems to exist otherwise between them is just where their firepower is focused. The P-80 has the continuously firing machine guns, which are very, very good, and she does have a lot of them, giving her a lot of close-in damage, whereas the Vampire has those 20mm autocannons that just shred through anything at just about any range. But they overheat very quickly, so I think it'll be interesting to see just kind of how they compare once I actually get the P-80 fully decked out. While not exactly being a heavy fighter, I mean, it's still a straight-up general run-of-the-mill fighter, the P-80 does seem to excel at chasing down targets. Granted, the ME-262 is just a little bit on the fast side, but he maneuvers, and I'm able to close the distance. So, I mean, I wasn't exactly catching up to him as long as he was going in a straight line, but I can definitely say that he was not really getting any further away. And the moment he started trying to maneuver and come around on me, yeah, the P-80 is just way too maneuverable and quick for a heavy fighter to actually get away or even just try to come around on you. Overall, definitely a nice, enjoyable plane though. I'm definitely glad I got her. And it's actually unique that I got her because one of the things that was coming up with some of the recent patches is they're redoing some of the tutorial missions, I guess. And one of the things that it was asking me to do was buy a premium aircraft, which I was looking at some of the lower of the inexpensive lower tier aircraft, and my mind just said, you know what, I really don't want any of those. But what I really want is that P-80. And when I went in to purchase it, it said, hey, you've got a 50% off coupon. Yeah, damn straight I'm going to jump on that. What is it, $52 airplane bought at about $27? I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. So, I guess fortuitous circumstance all around, plus I got the reward for the mission, so bonus there as well. Now, one of the things that I do want to express to my viewers is that as I move forward, I'm actually going to try and do a few more World of Warplanes videos, or at least try to do World of Warplanes a little bit more regularly. I'm kind of getting to the point where some of the stuff with World of Warships is just getting a little bit old, especially with events, and I'm getting a little bit burned out with it, to be perfectly honest. And I'm wanting to branch into doing a little bit more World of Warplanes, especially since I'm going into Warplanes a lot more, what with some of the events being just really, really grindy in warships. I finish off the day in warships trying to do some of the event missions, and by the end it's just like I want to get away from warships. So I come into World of Warplanes and I start trying to grind through some of the aircraft lines here, and I mean, I'm having fun. I am still having fun with both, don't get me wrong, and I am still going to do World of Warships videos, but expect to see my Warplanes videos coming out just a little bit more regularly, because I'm going to be playing both a little bit more regularly, as opposed to focusing on warships for any particular point of time, unless there's something that I really, really want from warships, which I'm not seeing anything really on the horizon that's kind of rocking my boat, so to speak. Forgive the pun also. But as far as anything else goes, I mean, Warplanes is at least keeping me in the wargaming scene, and occasionally I do say, you know what, let me go over to warships, finish up a couple of the event missions for the Fly Strike win, and just kind of get them out of the way, and then I'll come back over to Warplanes, and so on and so forth. And then I get fed up trying to do those missions, and, well, back to Warplanes it is. One of the other things about Warplanes that I don't really have to deal with is that Warplanes, you really only have the one option for going into battles. You don't have the whole co-op versus scenarios versus random matches versus clan battles. Here, you've only really got one battle mode, and with the event that they've got going on right now, which is the Blade of Vengeance, I mean, you really only have... You kind of get forced to play in the event matches. You don't have the option. So you're basically stuck in PvP, where as World of Warships, I know I've put out my disclaimer, and unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to entirely get away from the people who say, oh, what the hell are you doing in co-op matches? You should be doing random battles. What do you find so fun about co-op? You know what? Again, it's my game, it's my gameplay. You don't have to play it, you don't have to watch it. That's about as simple as it goes. If you don't want to watch co-op, you don't have to watch my videos. But the nice thing is, with World of Warplanes, I don't have to worry about disclaimers or anything like that, because guess what? Everybody plays the same battle mode regardless. And here, the only thing I have to worry about is, do I think the match is good enough to show? So that's one of the things to kind of keep in mind moving forward as well, in regards to the increasing frequency of my World of Warplanes videos, and just that I may just start doing World of Warplanes a little bit more frequently, because I just kind of want to get away from some of the co-op naysayers in YouTube commentaries and whatnot. Again, and to that end, again, just co-op. That's the way I play the game. If you don't like it, I'm sorry to say it, that's not my problem. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's kind of why my channel is a little bit of a niche in that regard, in that I focus on co-op matches. Do I find them fun? Yes. Why do I play co-op matches? I do it for stress relief. That's it. That's the entire reason I even play any of the games, to be perfectly honest. It's for stress relief. And just to kill time between work and just about anything else I have to do. I really do not enjoy competitive gaming in virtually any sense. In fact, the only reason that I really enjoy World of Warplanes is because, in some ways, it is inherently competitive. Granted, the same thing could be said of any war game, but, I mean, at least with World of Warplanes, I already know that I can be reasonably good at the game in PvP matches, and I can do well. I'm not having to min-max things, so many different abstract variables that may or may not be affected by RNG in some ways, that honestly it's like I can have a completely different built ship from this other person and have it perform almost like night and day differences. Here, there are really only so many different ways you can build some of your planes, and even then, all that's doing is altering some of the attributes to a minor extent to just give you a little bit of an edge, as opposed to World of Warships, where, yeah, I mean, you can build your Harugumo in so many different ways, where you've either got it as your full-on gunboat that's firing in open water, to something that's a little bit more stealthy. I could just, the list goes on, and I really don't feel like messing with the competitive warships crap, to be perfectly fair. Again, I just want to go in sometimes at the end of the day in co-op matches and blow off steam, blow up ships, and not have to worry about who thinks I'm a cheater. Because, oh, I happen to have better aim than they do. Anyway, kind of breaking away from all of that, I have kind of ranted on it long enough, I suppose, and I'm sure it'll come up again here and there. Overall, this match, in the background, again, the first one was the P-80 Shooting Star. That one wasn't bad, but this match is definitely taking off, so to speak. Again, forgive the pun. But, yeah, I mean, I'm already, over 7,000 personal points for this match in the BF-109. It's the 109E, which I think this one's actually the Techline version. It's not the Specialist version. And, yeah, I'm certainly holding my own. And, yeah, I do kind of make a little bit of a minor error of judgment here and there, just choosing to maneuver against some enemy aircraft instead of playing the whole boom and zoom game. But you know what? It is what it is. As long as you play your cards right, you can do just about anything and get away with it. On top of the fact that some of the targets that could be choosing to go after me really aren't, for whatever reason. Like that, that MiG-3. I mean, he certainly had the capability of going after me, but, I mean, he just chose to go after one of the air defense aircraft instead, and honestly go after a more minor threat. And then you've got me, I'm just wreaking all kinds of havoc, and most of what the enemy planes that are actually coming after me here are multi-role fighters. They're not full-on fighters where I can actually do all kinds of damage to them, and I can outmaneuver the vast majority of them without having to worry too much at all. As long as I can get in behind them, I can do reasonably well. The ME-109 is not, or sorry, the BF-109 is not exactly the most maneuverable fighter in the game. I mean, Lord knows the Spitfire outclasses it by a pretty heavy margin, and even that one isn't the most maneuverable. But, I mean, you can definitely get a good chunk of maneuverability out of this plane where even your multi-role fighters just can't keep up, so to speak. They can't maneuver, they can't turn around quite so quickly. And again, as long as you play your cards right, you can just really turn around on them very quickly, get in behind them, and they just can't shake you. And on top of that, it is one of the BF-109E is one of the later versions, which actually has some decent autocannons on it as well. So when it gets in behind you, it hurts. It tears you apart real damn fast. Just like getting a Spitfire in behind you. The only difference being that you cannot outmaneuver a Spitfire to save your life no matter what you're in, unless of course you're in a Japanese fighter. As opposed to the 109, where if he gets a good long run on you, oh boy, you're not getting out of his sights easily. So anyway, this match is actually just about over, but you'll notice I've already landed myself the ace medal. So definitely a good solid run on my part in this definite beauty of an airplane. And just look at that long string of medals. Jeez Louise. Anyway, on that note, I hope you all enjoyed this match. I hope you all enjoyed the video as a whole. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I hope I will catch you all again later. Happy hunting out there, folks.